Hello everyone, welcome to Sports Source, your number one source of sports, and today I'm starting something brand new. It's an NHL 19 franchise mode, and I've chosen the Arizona Coyotes. I'll have to go up over a couple of things. First of all, yes, I'm doing a gameplay video on a channel that's mostly just sports discussions, but the reason is I've been playing NHL, the NHL games for a long time, going back to NHL 12, and I've been doing GM modes, franchise mode, call it what you want, since then. And actually, my very first ever YouTube video, not on this channel but on my old channel, was my very first video was actually in NHL 15 GM mode, so I'll put that on the screen now.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's BOJoeKO with my very first YouTube video, and it's a BGM mode with the Dallas Stars.
As you can see, I've come a very long way from since then. That was just bad. But anyways, we're going with the Arizona Coyotes, and there's a couple things I have to go over. First of all, we're going to keep in the West because there's no expansion yet. Now, we're turning all of this off, so look at the settings. We're just doing a straight-up GM mode. I wouldn't mind the morale or the fog of war, but the thing is, I want you guys to kind of be the rulers of this. I want to know, this is just a beta. This is a test run. Like, we can still change stuff. I just used the regular roster, so I think it's February 14th that this new NHL roster was, so that's the one I'm using. It's right before the trade deadline, so if you want me to wait till the trade deadline and then get the March roster, or if you want me to change teams, change settings, there's still time to do that, because I won't actually be simming in this episode. We're just trying to get everything out of the way, so if you want me to change my team, change the settings, change the roster, now is the time to do that before I actually start this thing. So now we're just gonna kind of review the team and kind of see what direction I want to take this team. Now, if we go over here, we're gonna first look at our roster, because that's the main important thing. And the reason I chose the Coyotes is because they were actually my first favorite team before I ever got into hockey. Or, like, they were my favorite team because I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan, as you can tell from some of my previous videos. I am a big Winnipeg Jets fan, and lots of the reason is that I like the Coyotes was because they were the team that I first ever started watching, because they were from Winnipeg, or not from Winnipeg, but you know that the Arizona Coyotes were the Winnipeg Jets. So my mind, I didn't really comprehend it, so I just thought that the Arizona Coyotes were the Winnipeg Jets, so I thought it was kind of cool. And I liked their logo at the time, I don't now, but yeah, they hold a special place in my heart. And then the Bruins, I was a fan of after that, and then the Blackhawks, because that was what my team was called. In real life, we were the Bruins, and we won the city champs the same year that the Bruins won the Stanley Cup. But that's enough of my real life story. We gotta start with our centerpiece. And the reason is, two great players that they just gave up, Dylan Strome and Max Domi, they've been having great years this season. They were actually, I really liked them. Dylan Strome was one of my favorite prospects in the NHL, and Max Domi was my favorite player on the Coyotes and one of my favorite players in the NHL, and he's also from Winnipeg. So there's just that. So I kind of want to rebuild this team, and, you know, are we going to be contending, rebuilding, or are we going to be retooling, which is basically keeping the roster but kind of making tweaks? We are a rebuilding team. Now, if you see here, Clayton Keller is kind of the main piece of our team. He's medium elite. He's an amazing playmaker, fast skater. He should be our offensive dynamo. He's the guy we really want to build around. Now, obviously, we got Derek Stepan here, who's the second-line center. He's 28. He doesn't really fit with our team, but he might be good to fill up some cap. He's 28, so his contract isn't terrible. And if we want to contend, he could be good. But if we're selling our team and we're going all in for the first overall pick, then we could do that as well. Another thing is, Jack Hughes isn't on this roster, so if you want me to add him and some other prospects, I could definitely do that. I could also make some roster changes if you want. Again, I'm using the NHL roster, so don't get mad at me. Vinny Hinostroza, he's supposed to be a third-liner playmaker. I don't really want him up here. He's got a pretty good contract, though. I wouldn't mind actually getting Richard Panik up there. That would be good. Alex Galchenyuk. Now, he is medium elite, even though I don't really think that's realistic, but playmaker, again, he's pretty good. I might even promote him. He's on a good contract, so he should be good enough. We also got... Actually, I'm going to move some things around. Hold up. We're just trying to get everything set up. Now, Christian Dvorak, medium top 6. He's a second liner. He should be pretty good for us. He's a well-rounded player. As you can see, he's 4 stars and everything, and I would like to keep him around. He's 22. We have to re-sign him at the end of the season. Nick Schmaltz is the guy that got on the Dylan Strome deal. He's pretty good. We're probably going to switch him to the right wing. He's got 75 faceoffs, so we could probably I mean, he's the only right-handed guy, so I don't really feel comfortable putting Alex Galchenyuk on the wing. So we'll put Alex Galchenyuk at center. And then we got Grabner, Vanek, and Panik, and Christian Fischer. Christian Fischer has good potential. He's another well-rounded player. Panik's just a scorer, a depth scorer for us, third line. And Grabner, he's 30. He's making a lot of money. We wouldn't mind getting rid of him. Lawson Krause has high top 9, so he should be an amazing fourth liner for the future, / decent or terrific fourth line. So he's kind of a bomb 6 forward for many years to come. Hossa will probably not be on the team. He's making lots of money, so we'll have to somehow get rid of that salary or absorb it because we're Arizona, so we have lots of cap. Moving over, oh yeah, and in the AHL, 4 forwards, we don't really have too many. We're probably going to call him Nick Merkley because he has good potential, and it says he's a fourth liner, so we'll probably replace him with Hossa, and then Hossa could play in the minors. On the defensive end, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He is a top 2 defenseman. I want to keep him for this whole franchise. He has 1 year left, but I'm pretty sure if we go over to his contract, he has a extension, because I'm pretty sure he signed an extension with Arizona before. So if we go over here, we'll just see if that's the case. Yeah, so 8.25 for a long time, till 25, 26. So that's a long time. So he's locked up for us for a while. In the future, I mean, it should be worth it because he is a top 2 defenseman, but it's still a lot to take on for a long term. But he is in his prime. He's 27, so he should be a good defenseman for this whole franchise. Nick Yamerson, it's only a 1 year deal. He's a good defensive defenseman for now. We could trade him at the deadline if we feel that we really want a hard tank. Like, we could tank for the first overall pick, or we could just sim, but getting some assets wouldn't be the worst thing because this team doesn't have too many. Alex Goligoski, he's a good offensive defenseman. He's got a big contract, which seems to be a common theme on this team. He's a pretty good defenseman, though. He's up there in age, though. Jason Demers is a top 4 defenseman, so our defensive core isn't that bad. Demers is on a good contract. I wouldn't mind keeping him, and he could be a top 6 defenseman in 3 years with that contract, so I'm not too opposed. And he also looks like Ian from Smosh. Okay, now moving on to Jakub Chicherin. I would like to move somebody up here. Probably Yamerson would be the odd man out because I want Chicherin to play top 4 minutes because he's 20, he's medium elite. Him and Ekman-Larsson will be probably the top 2 defensemen for many years to come. He's medium elite. He has really good potential, and his contract's 1 more year, so now would be the perfect time to sign him because this is the lowest his overall is going to get throughout this franchise, unless in like 15 years when he starts declining. So we're hopefully going to have him for a very long time. And then this Osterley guy, I've never even heard of him, I'm going to be honest. He's undrafted, and also he... if we look over here, he's not right-hand. We don't have a lot of right-hand defensemen on this team, only 1. So I wouldn't mind getting a better defenseman there. And in the AHL, we got Connaughton, who's a depth defenseman. If we look at prospects here, you're a medium top 6, so you could be decent. And if we go over to goaltending, Antti Ranta, who is actually a decent starting goalie for 3 more years, I'm okay with that. And then Darcy Kemper is just a backup goalie for 2 more years. And if we go into the AHL, we got Calvin Pickard, who I wouldn't mind trading away Darcy Kemper to make room for Pickard. But we don't really have a good prospect goalie coming up. So that's one thing I'm really going to try to work on. I really want to get a good prospect goalie. And I haven't even looked at the forward prospects that much. I mean, we have Jordan Wheel. We have Emil Persson, not Elias Persson. And we don't really have a lot of good forward prospects other than the ones we have right now. If we go over here, we're going to have our draft picks. So our draft picks are looking like this. I know we have our pick, but yeah, the best prospect. Do we have anybody like... We have Joseph and Hayden. Hayden, this is what I want to talk about. Do we want to raise his potential? Because he was a 5th overall pick, and in real life he has a lot of potential. So if you guys want to see roster changes, I could definitely do some. We also have Pierre-Olivier Joseph, who I think should be an offensive defenseman with higher potential, but let me know about that as well. As for draft picks, we do have every draft pick. We have the Calgary Flames 3rd. We don't have our 5th, but we have a Pittsburgh 6th. So we're going to see a 4th round pick. Not the end of the world because we make up for it with the 2/3. Now, free agents. Obviously, we could sign a free agent right now, like a forward, but I think I kind of want to look at our cap because that's one big thing in this series that we got to look at. So, If we go over to our contract scenario, it says we're hopeful, but really I think we should be rebuilding. Now next year, well, right now we have 60 million in cap, so we have one of the best cap hits in the NHL. But if we look over for next year, it says we're gonna have 16 million again. And who do we have to sign next year? We have to sign Panik, who's not much. The only big guy is really Schmaltz, and I guess you could argue Kraus. Wait a second, don't we have to sign Chychrun? Okay, we don't have to sign Chychrun because he has an extension. That's a really good contract, actually. I'm a really big fan of that. And then goalies, we don't have to sign anything. So we should have lots of money for next year. But again, I want to clip that salary. But what do you guys think we should do? Because this is a little bit of a shorter episode. Also, another thing with this beta is, how long do you want these episodes to be? Because my editing software that I use right now, it only allows me to make videos less than 15 minutes. So either I could snip my videos up and make them 15 minutes long with editing, transitions, and cut out all the boring stuff. Or I can make it longer than 15 minutes. We have longer episodes, and so that means more longer episodes. And that also means that you'll see more of like the boring stuff, but you'll see the making of stuff. So let me know if you want longer videos or shorter, more entertaining videos, because I know that some people have shorter attention spans. So this is just a beta. I want to know all your guys' thoughts and if I should continue this series. So let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care and goodbye.